Zoe Danfield grew up in the rural town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, the county seat of Mason County. It sits at the convergence of the Ohio and Kanawha rivers. The town is designated on the National Registry of Historic Places. Locally, Point Pleasant is celebrated as the first official battle site of the American Revolutionary War. However, for most people, history does not necessarily come to mind when discussing the area. Two things usually enter the conversation: the Silver Bridge and the legend of Mothman. In 1967, the Silver Bridge connecting Ohio to West Virginia collapsed, killing 46 people, the deadliest bridge collapse in U.S. history. Built in 1928, it was known as the Gateway to the South, allowing for more efficient commerce and commuting. It was also known for its propensity to shake and pitch. Many daily users complained, but to no avail. Then, on December 15, 1967, a final horrifying shudder began at the Ohio Tower, with each link breaking like a string of pop beads. Quickly, the bridge toppled over, pulling 31 vehicles and 64 people into the 44-degree water, causing the deaths of 46. The disaster was the impetus for the creation of the National Bridge Inspection Standards. It was determined that the first link below the Ohio Tower had suffered internal stress corrosion. The contractor, American Bridge Company, had settled on a cheaper building material, one susceptible to corrosion. Instead of using cable steel, such as that used for the Golden Gate Bridge and the Brooklyn Bridge, they decided on eye-bars. The eye-bar is a long flat piece of steel with two round holes at each end that connects to the next eye-bar with a pin. And it was an eye-bar that collapsed under the weight of rush-hour traffic. It was deemed an unforeseeable accident, and the engineer and contractors were not assigned blame. 12 years later, a small settlement was reached in the amount of $950,000. People were heartbroken, but they carried on. A strange offshoot of the tragedy was the rise of folklore around the Mothman, described as a humanoid creature, a brown-human-bug hybrid. He was said to be 6'7", with bright red eyes and a wingspan of 10 feet. It said that there were sightings of him starting November 15th, 1967, until December 15th, 1967, the day of the bridge disaster. Some think he is the harbinger of doom, while others think he is doom itself, causing horrible disasters. He is a favorite legend of those intrigued by the paranormal, and allegedly haunts an abandoned TNT factory from World War II.